Gil Martin here, and welcome everybody to today's episode of the Daily Packers Post, where we have in-depth videos on your Green Bay Packers. New episodes drop every day, Monday through Friday, so hit the like button and subscribe so you never miss an episode. Also, visit our website at thepackerspost.com for in-depth articles on your Green Bay Packers. Today, we're going to talk about the Packers' gamble at cornerback this season. It backfired, and depth issues are a major problem right now. This is a premium position, and here we are halfway through the 2025 season, and the gamble that Brian Gutekunst made just isn't working out, and the team needs to address this position if they hope to finish the season strong and contend for a long playoff run or even a Super Bowl. Over the offseason, the Packers made a decision on two former first-round picks who played cornerback. Eric Stokes, who really saw his play fall off due to injuries after a strong rookie season, and then Jaire Alexander, who had definite injury issues, couldn't stay on the field, and refused to negotiate an extension or a restructure of his deal. Couldn't trade him, couldn't restructure, so they released him. And Alexander has already played for two teams this season. So clearly the right move made by the Green Bay Packers there. There was a lot of speculation over the offseason that the Packers could draft a cornerback even as early as the first round, but none was selected until the seventh round of the draft when Micah Robinson was added. He ended up starting the season on the active roster, was put on the practice squad when Micah Parsons was acquired, and then the Titans claimed him for their active roster, so he is no longer in the Packers organization. Now, in free agency, Gutekunst did sign former Raiders corner Nate Hobbs to a 4-year, $48 million deal, but this was also a little bit of a gamble because Hobbs primarily played the slot with the Vegas Raiders. Gutekunst believed he had the skill set to be effective on the boundary, but, that was the gamble. And the Packers already have two strong potential slot corners in Keyshawn Nixon, who has since moved to the boundary, and Javon Bullard. So we had to see, who could play the boundary, and entering the season, it was either Nixon, Hobbs, or Carrington Valentine. And things have not gone according to plan so far. Unfortunately for Nate Hobbs, he suffered a knee injury in the preseason, ended up opting for surgery, missed most of training camp and the preseason. And the hope was he'd be ready for week 1 against the Lions, but the recovery took a little longer than expected. He ended up missing the season opener and was on a play count in week 2 against the Commanders. But when he played on the boundary, Hobbs struggled. According to Pro Football Reference, opposing quarterbacks have completed 65.2% of their passes and have a quarterback rating of 116.2 when throwing to receivers primarily covered by Hobbs. Now, this could be in part due to the knee injury, or he just may lack the tools and the skill set to play effectively on the boundary. Valentine passed Hobbs on the depth chart before the Packers' Week 8 game against the Steelers, and he's held down the starting job ever since. He's done an adequate job. Nixon, on the other hand, has had moments of strong play. He had 5 passes defended against Washington in week 2, but he also, unfortunately, has been among the league leaders in penalties committed by defensive backs. Now, this week, the Packers announced that Hobbs suffered another injury not related to the one he suffered in the preseason, and he will miss at least the next 2 games. So now you've got a problem because there's no depth at boundary corner. You pretty much have Valentine and you have Nixon, and then who else are you going to put in? You could still use Bullard in the slot, and you have Evan Williams and Xavier McKinney at safety, But if any injuries hit this group at any of the defensive back positions, the next two men up on the roster, Kamal Haddon and Bo Melton, and neither one of them has played a single down of defense in their NFL careers. Haddon has played in 4 career NFL games, but has seen action exclusively on special teams. And Melton just made the transition from wide receiver to cornerback. And while he's played in 7 of the 8 games this year, he's played exclusively on special teams and a handful of snaps on offense. So the Packers need to find additional depth at corner before Monday night's game against the Eagles. One player they're interested in, Asante Samuel Jr., the former second-round pick of the now LA Chargers out of Florida State, and they drafted him back in 2021. He became an immediate starter, but injuries caught up to him last year, only played 4 games, then had to undergo spinal fusion surgery during the offseason, and finally was recently cleared to play by doctors. Now, he's a free agent, so the Packers don't have to give up anything to acquire him. They just have to fit him under the salary cap and have to win a bidding war for his services. No doubt that other teams will be interested, but the Packers hopefully can kind of convince him, hey, you'll have a chance to play and you can contend for a Super Bowl ring. And if Samuel is signed and he can return to his pre-injury form, he would be an upgrade over Hobbs, but we have to see what happens. And if it's not Samuel, who some of the other possibilities may be. This is an important situation because cornerback is a premium position, and one more injury could put the Packers in a big hole at this position. And you're coming into the second half of the season, you got to face Justin Jefferson twice. You've got to face Amon-Ra St. Brown. You're going to face the Eagles this Monday with their 2 excellent receivers. This will be an issue. So we'll see how Brian Gutekunst handles it, and hopefully we can get Samuel or another quality corner. But the trade deadline has come and gone, and it wasn't addressed at that time. Check out our website at thepackerspost.com for in-depth articles on your Packers. Here on YouTube, hit the like button and subscribe so you never miss an episode of the Daily Packers Post. I'm Gil Martin. Thank you so much for watching. Have a great day, everybody. Stay safe, and of course, go Pack Go.